What's up, guys? Welcome to my first vlog. So today we're gonna talk about hematopoiesis and anemia. This is my colleagues Yvonne and Denise. Say hi. What is hematopoiesis? Hematopoiesis is derived from the word hema, which means blood, and poiesis, which means the process or formation. In short, it is called the process or formation of blood, or normoblast, or also called as the rubriblast. It is the first recognizable RBC precursor and as the first hemoglobin synthesizing cell. It's approximately 20 micrometers and shows active mitotic division. The next stage is the basophilic normoblast, or also called as the prorubrisite. It is slightly smaller than the rubriblast. It has a cytoplasm, is moderate in amount with deep basophilia due to high amounts of cytoplasmic RNA. It has also active mitotic division. Third is the polychromatic erythroblast, or rubrisite. Its cytoplasm stains various shades of gray due to mixture of RNA and hemoglobin. Nuclear volume occupies half of the cell area, and it undergoes one or mitotic division, in which after the last division, the nucleus becomes the small and condensed. Next is the orthochromic normoblast, or the metarubrisite. It is the first non-mitotic stage and has slight polychromasia and abundant or full of hemoglobinization. Last stage is the mature erythrocyte. Appears as a biconcave disc with a concavity on each side, or discocyte. It has an average size of 7.2 micrometers. The first stage of the WBC production. First is the myeloblast. It is the earliest cell in the WBC series. It's large, round nucleus with 2 to 5 visible nuclei. It is deeply basophilic cytoplasm and has no granules. Next is the promyelocyte. It is slightly smaller than the myeloblast and has the ratio of 2 to 1 with visible nuclei. And it has a presence of azurophilic granules. Another is the myelocyte. The appearance of the specific granules, or also known as secondary granules. Specific granules will determine the functional destiny of the WBC, giving rise to eosinophil, basophil, or neutrophil. Another is the myelocyte. The appearance of the specific granules, or also known as secondary granules. Specific granules will determine the functional destiny of the WBC, giving rise to eosinophil, basophil, or neutrophil. Next is the metamyelocyte, also known as the juvenile. Differentiated with the myelocyte because of the presence of indentation of its nuclei. Ratio of 1 to 1 and smaller than the myelocyte. Next is the band or the staph. It is also known as the staph. Measures about 12 to 13 micrometers. Nucleus is sausage-shaped, elongated, or horseshoe-shaped. In appearance, there is no lobulation or segmentation. Next is the segmenter. It's the most mature WBC. Nucleus shows lobulation or segments, differentiated based on the appearance of its granules as follows: eosinophil, reddish-orange granules; the basophil, blue-black granules; and the neutrophil with pink and tan granules.
After tackling hematopoiesis, let's now proceed to anemia. Before we talk about the different types of anemia, let us first discuss what is really anemia. Anemia is defined as decrease in RBC and hemoglobin resulting in decreased oxygen delivery to tissues. It is classified according to morphology using RBC indices, or also known as MCV, MCH, and MCHC. They can also be classified according to etiology or cause. Anemia is also suspected if the hemoglobin levels decrease in 12 grams per DL for male and 11 grams per DL for female. palpitations, precipitate, and
Relative or pseudoanemia, RBC mass is normal and plasma volume is increased. The next type of anemia is impaired or defective production anemia. Is the iron deficiency anemia. It is the most common form of anemia in the United States. It is caused due to inadequate intake, increased need, impaired absorption, and chronic blood loss. Next is anemia of chronic inflammation or disease. This type of anemia is due to inability to use iron for hemoglobin production, and is originally called as anemia of chronic disease. Next is a sideroblastic anemia. In sideroblastic anemia, there is adequate iron supply, has problem with protoporphyrin production, and has two types. The first one is a primary and the second one is a secondary. For primary, it is irreversible. Secondary is reversible. For anemia of chronic kidney disease, it is also known as the anemia of renal disease. Its retics are normal or decreased. It is increased in bilirubin and
next one
creatinine.
is the aplastic anemia. It most commonly affects people around the age of 50 and above. It can also occur in children. Patients have poor prognosis with complications that involve bleeding, infection, and iron overload due to frequent transfusion needs. It can also be genetic, acquired, or genetic. In treating aplastic anemia, it includes bone marrow or stem cell transplant and immunosuppression. There's more. For aplastic anemia, it has four types. The first one is the acquired aplastic anemia. Second is the diamond black fan anemia or congenital pure red cell aplasia. The third one is the genetic aplastic anemia or Fanconi anemia. And the fourth one is the idiopathic or primary anemia. For non-megaloblastic macrocytic anemia, it is caused for people who have alcoholism, liver disease, accelerated erythropoiesis, and when the RBC are brown but not as oval as seen in megaloblastic anemia. Last type is the myeloproliferative anemia. This anemia, hypochlorite anemia, is caused by replacement of bone marrow hematopoietic stem cells by malignant cells. It is also associated with cancers just like lung, breast, and prostate with bone metastasis. For the last type of anemia, Yvonne here will discuss to you about blood loss anemia.
So the next is the blood loss anemia. First one is the acute blood loss anemia. It is characterized by sudden loss of blood resulting from trauma or other severe forms of injury. The clinical symptoms are: first, hypovolemia; second, rapid pulse; third, low blood pressure; and fourth, pallor. The next is the chronic blood loss anemia. Chronic blood loss anemia is characterized by gradual, long-term loss of blood, often caused by gastrointestinal bleeding. Under these are the following. First, the hereditary spherocytosis. Second, the hereditary erythrocytosis or the ovocytosis. The hereditary stomatocytosis. Fourth, the hereditary acanthocytosis. Fifth, the G6PD deficiency. Sixth, the PK deficiency. And last is the PNH or the paroxysmal nocturnal hemoglobin. is the hemolytic anemias due to intrinsic defects. This anemia is usually hereditary with reticulocytosis due to accelerated destruction. So let's proceed to hereditary spherocytosis. It is the most common membrane defect, and it is characterized by splenomegaly, variable degree of anemia, and spherocytes on PBS. It is an increase in permeability of the membrane to sodium. So the next is the hereditary stomatocytes. In this, there are up to 50% of the stomatocytes in the PBS or the peripheral blood smear. And membrane permeability. So the next is the hereditary acanthocytosis, also known as the beta-lipoproteinemia. It is a mild anemia with steatorrhea, neurological and retinal abnormalities. 50% to 100% of the erythrocytes are acanthocytes. So the next is the G6PD deficiency. Hemoglobin produces Heinz bodies, and it is usually not anemic until oxidatively challenged, then severe anemia will occur. The next is the PK deficiency or the pyruvate kinase deficiency. It is a major enzyme in EMP pathway and severe hemolytic anemia with a phenotype. And for the last hemolytic anemias due to intrinsic defect is the paroxysmal nocturnal hemoglobinuria. It is an acquired membrane defect in which the red cell membrane has increased sensitivity for complement bindings as compared to normal erythrocytes. And all cells are sensitive to lysis by complement. So the next is the hemolytic anemia due to extrinsic or immune defects. Under this, all are acquired disorders that causes accelerated destruction with the reticulocytes. So the first one is the warm autoimmune hemolytic anemia. In this, RBCs are coated with IgG or complement. 60% of cases are idiopathic, others are secondary to disease that alter the immune response. Called autoimmune hemolytic anemia or the cold hematopoiesis. RBCs are coated with IgM and complement at temperature lower than 37 degrees Celsius. Next is the hemolytic disease of the newborn. These may be due to Rh incompatibility or the erythroblastoma vitalis. Its laboratory diagnosis are the following. First, the severe anemia. Second, the nucleated RBCs. Third, the positive BAP. Fourth, very high levels of bilirubin. And last, the brain damage or hernic tears. So the next is the hemolytic anemia due to extrinsic non-immune defects. Under this, all are acquired disorders that cause intravascular hemolysis with schistocytes and thrombocytopenia. These are the microangiopathic hemolytic anemia. In DIC, system clotting is initiated by activation of coagulation cascades due to toxins or conditions that trigger release of procoagulants. HUS most often occurs in children following a gastrointestinal infection. Sample of this is E. coli and clot forms causing renal damage. TTP occurs most often in adults. It is likely due to a deficiency of the enzyme ADAMTS is responsible for breaking down large volume red factor. And the last one is the March-Globinuria. In this, the complement-coated RBC will rise at 37 degrees Celsius. These can be idiopathic or secondary to viral infections such as measles and mumps and Hodgkin lymphoma. It can be idiopathic, lymphoma, or infectious pneumonia.